So you had the conversation. Your parents actually said, you know what? You're right. Maybe it's time to make some changes. And now you're sitting there thinking to yourself, great. Now what? What do we do first? That moment, that moment right there, that's actually one of the hardest parts because now it's real. The talking is done and the time has come to start doing. And I see families freeze right here at this point all the time. If you're new here, my name is Meredith Davis. I'm with the Wildflower Properties Group, brokered by KSP. I've been a real estate agent for a little over 16 years right here in Houston, Texas. And before that, I spent about a decade flipping and remodeling homes, including my own. So when I walk into a house, I'm not just thinking about what it's worth. I'm thinking about what it needs and honestly, what it means to the people who have lived there. That combination gives me a pretty different perspective than most people. And what I've seen over and over in the downsizing process is that the families who handle this well are the ones who pause just long enough to make a plan before they start making any big moves. So that's what today is about, a simple first step framework. If you watched my last video series on how to have the downsizing conversation with your aging parents, this is exactly where we pick up. You might think the first thing to do is to call a realtor or even a contractor or a senior living facility, but don't do any of those things just yet. The first step is a family sit down, and I mean everyone who has stake in this game. Siblings, spouses, grandchildren, whoever. If they have stake in it, they need to be there. You all need to get aligned and on the same page. And think about these three important factors. First step, you've had the talk with your parents and they've said they're ready to make a move. But do you know what your parents actually want? Not what you think is best, but what do they want? Do they want to stay in the house if they can? Do they want to be closer to you and their grandkids? Or do they want to simplify their life and be done with yard work and maintenance? What do they want? Second thing, what's your timeline? Is this an urgent situation because of a health issue or an accident? Or is this something you're planning to execute over the next few months? Or will it take years? The timeline changes everything. And most importantly, the timeline sets the tone for the move. Because remember, urgent situations amp up timelines. The third thing to discuss is what's the financial picture? I'm not saying you need to know every single detail of your parents' financial portfolio right this minute, but you do need a general sense of what's going on. And you do need to know, do they need to sell the home and pull the money from the sale to support themselves? Or is there some flexibility in this? Those three things. What do they want? When do they want it? And what's the financial reality of the situation? Those answers are going to shape every decision that comes after this. Here's something I tell every family that I work with. Whatever you decide in that room, in that conversation, put it on paper. Write it down. Not because you don't trust each other, but because memories are funny, especially during stressful times. 3 months from now, when you're deep in this process, you are going to want something that you can come back to and reference. I actually have a simple one page next steps worksheet that I created for families in exactly this situation. You can grab it in the link in the description. So here's where you are right now. Your parents said yes, and now your first job is to slow down just long enough to get on the same page as your parents. What do they want? What's the timeline? And what's the financial picture? In the next video, we're going to dig into the first big question that comes up for almost every family. And that question is, do they actually have to sell? Because the answer might surprise you. Check out the next video and we'll talk more about that exactly. So I'll see you in the next one.